Blessings beyond imagination. I am love TaShia Asanti. I'm so excited. Today we are here with an amazing soul. And I know y'all been getting text messages and emails from me over this last week and this morning and I know you can feel the ground shaking because Osunike is with us, okay? But I just want to tell you all a little bit about this incredible woman, Queen Mother Osunike Anke, or Anke, depending on how you read it, is a natural healer, spiritual midwife, intuitive seeress, priestess of the ancient African goddess Oshun, co-founder and president of the Institute of Whole Life Healing, a nonprofit designed to assist individuals and groups in remembering their original greatness, life's purpose, and divinity. She is also the founder of 1 Million Wombs United. Y'all heard that right. 1 million Wombs United, a universal mission uniquely designed to reignite the sacred feminine luminosity within the wombs of a critical mass of consciously evolving, empowered women, called to give birth to a new world. Queen Mother Osunike's passionate life's purpose for over 30 years is creatively assisting women in healing and transmuting body, mind, ancestral, social, sexual, and cultural trauma so that they can liberate the dormant, sacred, transformative power within their wombs. She knows that as healed, whole, liberated, and united women, we have the innate power to change our world. Queen Mother Osunike has just released, family, her best-selling memoir, Tapestry of My Soul, Rebirthing the Sacred Sexual Feminine Mysteries. Tapestry of My Soul is a perfectly imperfect mosaic that retraces the fragmented blueprint of her soul's spiritual journey. It mirrors her raw, vulnerable, tender, sacred feminine power, brilliance, and resilience, intertwined with otherworldly imagery and flashbacks of her past and present lifetime soul journey. And we're going to put that image up so y'all can just see the vortex that is on the front part of the book. Now that I've read you her official bio, I have to just give 1 minute of testimony. I had the good fortune of not only meeting, but getting to sit in council, in workshop, in retreat with Queen Mother Osunike. And I tell you, there are people that you meet in your life that will change your whole path, literally. They'll help you change your destiny. Her medicine is beyond anything that could be in a book, in an Odu, and in the physical realm. And she guided me. She is one of my personal master teachers. And she guided me to be able to unearth so much of the work that I've done over this last decade. Literally, in 2009, I sat before her Orisha and experienced personally, family, her medicine. And it was life changing and ground shaking. So it gives me no greater excitement and honor to introduce to you today our beloved, my beloved, and so many other sisters and brothers beloved, Queen Mother Osunike. Author, again, this isn't her first book, but this is like the book. This is the reading, y'all. If you don't have this book, Tapestries of My Soul, as they say in college, this is required reading. That's all I'm going to say. So I want to introduce her and welcome to our viewers. I see y'all come on in. Share the video, please. Share it to all your groups. Share it to all your friends, because this moment in history, literally, this is a moment a world-changing moment. So welcome, Sharon Ashira. Welcome, Cynthia. Oh, yeah, Bimmy. Love you. What's up, Queen? Welcome, Deep Pepper. Welcome, Pinky Dewberry Jews. Welcome to all of you who are signing in. Post a greeting to Queen Mother. Share your love. Share the link. We're going to post a link to the book in just a minute. But I want to let her speak to you. Queen Mother, why'd you do it? What made you do it? And I mean, we talked a little bit about your goal in writing this book. Yes.
Well, you kind of started this. Oh yeah, because actually, all that you described during that session that you had with me and what have you, when we wrapped that up, you said to me, "Oh, by the way, you're going to be writing a book."
Another book. Another one.
Another book. So you definitely supported me in the spiritual realm in terms of manifesting and bringing this forth. So
Welcome.
I thank you. I thank you. I thank you because you are also no joke. So
Mm.
yeah, and it has literally been almost 30 years
Mm.
in the making.
Yes.
This started many years ago,
Mm.
and I just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And then finally last year, it was like, no, this is the time. The planet, the ancient mothers, um, energy forces that I work with said, this is the time.
Mm.
Get on with
Mm.
it.
Mm.
So here we are.
Yes.
Here we
Yes.
are.
Yes. I was reading over some of the opening chapters. And if you're listening, family, I'm going to post in the chat in just a minute the link. You can download the book right now on your Kindle device, or if you put the Kindle app on your iPhone or your Android, literally you can be holding the book in your hand as we speak in seconds. You can get the book physically. If you're one of those OGs like me, I like to hold a book in my hand, but
Mhm.
I but I work with digital books because it is the day of the age. Thank you, Pinky. Thank you for tagging people. Welcome. House of Pinky is one of the sponsors for this event, as is Noble Trinity Media. Thank you for promoting and publicizing this amazing work. But I want to come back. You birthed. I have to back up just a little bit. And I want to get the year that your womb literally parted and birthed this movement called the Sacred Sexual Mysteries and the Great Mother Celebration, which is an annual event
Yes.
that you produce and organize in Lexington, Kentucky.
Hmm. Hmm.
And what year did you birth that movement? Did you begin that work, Iyanifa?
That was in 20, 2002, I believe.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
2002.
So over
Um,
20 years ago, two
yes,
decades ago.
yes, yes.
And if for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, welcome everybody. Welcome Janine Macklin. Welcome Antoinette, Michelle, Spring, Pat Munson. Welcome Kim Flournoy to Sacred Sexual Mysteries, Tapestry of My Soul. We're with the author. If you're just tuning in, we're with the author, spiritual teacher, and to me, mother of our universe, Oshun Priestess. Iyanifa Osunike Anke. Amazing, amazing soul. We're going to be talking about her book in just a minute, but I wanted y'all to know a little bit about her background and the work that she did. So you just heard that she literally started a movement over 20 years ago called the Sacred Sexual Mysteries. And she began teaching this work to women in the course of her own healing work as a counselor, as a therapist, as a teacher. She began to, and I only know this because I've sat at her feet, she began to encounter so many women who were broken, whose traumas and tragedies had lodged in what should be the most powerful seat on our body, our womb. And she opened the doors to her temple, to her home, to her heart, so that we could come and get healed from the invisible, sometimes invisible scars that we right? That show up as mental illness, that show up as drug addiction, that show up as domestic violence, that show up as accepting patriarchal systems, that prevent our full empowerment. She began to open the doors to women who wanted to do the work to heal that. And literally hundreds, if not thousands, of women's lives have been transformed through this work that she has done. I am one of the recipients of her ashe. And when I walk in, it's like walking in. You need a coat of sage, first of all, to work with me, because all I do. But she was brave or crazy enough to literally, bring me in, to that womb to sit before Oshun. And just sitting before her shrines is to me akin to touching the hem, right? That scripture, y'all, where, they touch the hem of the dress of Christ. That to me was like what it was to sit in front of Oshun's shrine. And it healed me, it catapulted me. And your work continues to transform. I will be forever, forever grateful to you and the king, who is now Ibaye. I will be forever grateful to you because you made space for me. You made space for so many. And you didn't care if you was polka dotted, pink, green, purple, red, or blue. You like, if you have respect and you ready to do your work, you can come in. And I mean, y'all, it takes real courage to do that work, because some of y'all's wounds is so deep that you will try to break the healer, right, to come and get your medicine. But this queen, oh my God. And so this book now, I just had to give y'all and okay, somebody on here people are posting testimony now in the chat. And Oyabemi says, I am a recipient of Queen Mother's healing and I'm so grateful. Yes. And so many on my page are, y'all know. And so that leads me to not only your book of spoken word, but this new earthing, it's unearthing that you have just shared, testimony about the journey that led you here, that gave you the strength and the courage and the resilience, right, to keep doing this work, in the midst of all the life that happens for a master healer. Because just because we're master healers doesn't mean life isn't happening for us. And so here you are, looking amazing with this new book that we're going to help make #1. And I'm just speaking it into the universe. This will be a #1 bestseller. So y'all remember when Queen Afua put out Sacred Woman? And we were all like, what is this? What is this? And now she is, world renowned. And that book became a New York Times bestseller. Let's do it again. All right. Let's do it again. Share the video, share the link. I want to get the link and put up right now. But Queen Mother, can you tell us a little bit about the actual inspiration and tell us about the book? What can we look forward to? What is the objective? What do you hope this book will do as medicine on the planet?
Well, for one thing, it starts with really, really, really knowing who we truly are. Our greatness, our divinity, and I'm going to say our natural, sacred perfection. This is one of the things that happens oftentimes, in terms of our humanness. We're trying to be perfect and the perfectionist and all of that. And the statement is always, stop trying to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. Actually, there is, but it's not human perfection. It is that divine perfection that we already came from, so that we don't have to keep trying to be something that we're not, because that's what we've forgotten. So it is about remembering our true sacred essence as this sacred feminine. We're all sacred and divine. However, this is focusing in on the sacred feminine that gives birth to. And that's what we've got to get
Mm.
and be able to take responsibility for what it is that we are taking in and then putting out into the world. We
Yeah.
can't just turn our head, we can't just point our finger. We have to look in the deepest part of who we are,
Mm.
which is the sacred womb,
Mm.
and cleanse and purify. Once you remember who you are, cleanse and purify what has gotten in the way,
Mm.
and then live in alignment with that
Mm.
so that our life and our world becomes a reflection
Mm. Mm.
of what it is that we want to see moving forward, what it is that we want to be
Mm.
moving forward.
Mm. Ashe.
It's in here. So,
Mm.
yeah.
Mm. Ashe. Just resonate on that, y'all. And welcome everybody. Welcome Akila Kiari. Welcome Michelle Duncan. Welcome Duncan. Welcome Sherry Smith. Welcome Spring. Thank you all for joining us today. If you're just tuning in, my name is Love TaShia Asanti, and I'm with Queen Mother Osunike, author of Tapestry of My Soul, Rebirthing the Sacred Sexual Feminine Mysteries. The book is available now on Amazon.com and all platforms. Please get your copy. Please write a positive review. The reviews really help us with the ranking of books on Amazon.com. Please, somebody share and post a link in the chat so that everybody knows where to get that book. I can't type and talk. So y'all post the link for me, fam. So, it comes to mind, and what, as you were speaking, Queen Mother, I was thinking about Chantrella Robinson, Ibaye Torun, the young Black woman who was beaten and killed in Mexico while she was there with her friends, her sister friends. Young woman under 25 years old. And to me, your work and the work of this book speaks to some of these young sisters, as well as elders and everything in between. But particularly, when I think about when I watched that video, it was so painful to watch. And the way that this other Black woman was so brutally, and it was almost like she wasn't even in her body, could beat another sister, a young sister, to death on camera while somebody filmed it like it was a joke. Like, this is how dead some of our young people are inside of themselves. That when I look at you, I don't even see that you are me. And to me, your medicine is a counter to this. It's to counteract this type of self-hate, where it has become cool. You build street cred, right? You are seen as powerful when you can decimate, right? You can decimate another Black queen, whether it is with your words or your physical actions. And you don't see the redeemable quality. Or to me, this is what this book comes to counter. Ashe in Spring writes, that part, love. She said, they dead inside. Woo. Thank you for posting the link, Holly. Appreciate it. There's the link to the book. If you want to purchase the book, you can have it right now. If you have Kindle, you can put the Kindle app on your phone.
Yes.
So we live in this wonderful age of technology. So can you talk about some of the transformations that you've seen, that inspired this book? Because again, this book does what, not every woman or person or young woman or whomever, because your medicine speaks to everybody, can travel to Kentucky, to sit at your feet, to sit before Oshun Shrine. But this book is a shrine. Yes? This book
Yes.
is an altar. This book is your medicine now traveling free through the
Yes.
world, right? For us to access it wherever we are. Can you talk about the messages in this book and how they counter self-hate, how they counter the lack of value for life?
Yes. So, this whole thing in terms of honoring the feminine, goes across the board. It starts with, again, not remembering and honoring our true power and looking for power outside of ourselves, reflected by those who have been abusing, taking advantage of, misusing the feminine and the planet for eons. And that is what we have become conditioned to, looking at that form of power as what is truly of value. So we have stopped not just honoring ourselves, but honoring people that look like us, honoring people that are trying to do the best, ancient indigenous traditions that honored the planet, the earth, the feminine, all of that. And we have bought into these artificial means of what it means to be the best, wealthy, valued, pretty, in power, all of these different things. We've totally gone to this other extreme. Now, the other piece of that, and this is the generational piece, is that gets embedded within our psyche and our cellular structure, and gets passed on generation after generation after generation. And so even if you may not have been involved with a family that took on those kinds of values, maybe your great-grandmother went through that. Maybe someone else in the family went through that, and it gets passed on intergenerationally through this womb. And it becomes like a sexual infection that just gets passed on, and affects the mind, body, and spirit, and the energy that gets shared and infected amongst each other. Yes. So sometimes we don't even know why we're acting like that, because we don't even know that we're acting like we should not be acting. Yes. So it becomes unconscious and continues to get passed on. Now, this intergenerational piece is so deep and so intense. The other part of this, and this was one of the things that I discovered during my journey, was it can also be connected to other lifetimes that we've had. And so we're dealing with our own karma that's getting passed on and passed on and passed on, and we're playing out the same stuff over and over and over again. And so there are lifetimes that we may have had where not only were we perhaps a victim in another lifetime, we could also have been the perpetrator in another lifetime. And when we come back into this lifetime, we have the opportunity to cleanse and purify that, to rectify that. However, if we're not doing or being in the healthiest kinds of environment, knowledge base, then we're just going to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. We can come into this life remembering and knowing when we're in that womb, and then we start to, inside the womb, get impacted by all of the negativity, all of mama and daddy stuff, and whatever else we're in the environment of
Yes.
that impacts us.
Mm.
So these are the things that have us so fragmented.
Yes.
And tapestry is about being able to start weaving together
Mm.
these disconnected strands
Mm.
of who I am and why I am,
Mm.
and how I can step more fully, step into and step up to
Mm. Mm.
what I am here to
Mm.
contribute. What is my purpose? What is my calling
Mm.
on this planet
Mm.
at this time?
Mm. Mm. Ashe. Woo!
So,
Let that resonate. Let that resonate, fam. Yes. And I see it because so often, we come here, we're born, right?
mhm.
And this is, part of the teaching that you share both in this movement and in the book. We come here as, oh, blessings, Odell. Please tag all three of your daughters. They need to be on here. And somebody I saw, Kurt, said, you're going to Lexington in 8 days. I don't know if Queen Mother will be there because, she has a social calendar out of this world. But it would behoove you to make an appointment or sit with her. And if you can't fly back, right? And I know we're going to be definitely having you come out and do more structured presentation for the I Teach Love Institute. For those of you who would love a program with Queen Mother, we would love to have you come and share, because this medicine, like I said, y'all, if you're just tuning in, you're watching an interview with Love TaShia Asanti, Queen Mother Osunike Anke, and she is the author of a new book called Tapestry of My Soul, Rebirthing the Sacred Sexual Feminine Mysteries. And this is a medicine that anyone who is connected to divine feminine birth has access to this magic and this medicine and these mysteries. And Iyanifa comes to teach her, or teach us through her, how we can tap into and unearth that energy, because we all have it in our spirit, but sometimes it's buried. This is what she was just talking about. Is buried under the lies, the garbage that we've been taught about who we are, that we don't have value unless we're rocking a $25,000 bag purse or a weave down our back, that we don't have value, that we don't have value if we're not putting our butt up on the screen and shaking it, that we don't have value, that we have to be butt naked to have value and meaning and worth, on social media. So these are the things, to me, that this book and this movement that she has birthed, it dismantles these systems, it counters these systems. And it is imperative that as many women, not just Black girls, especially Black and brown, BIPOC young women, but all women can benefit and be blessed and transformed by this medicine. And Spring writes, Odell says, wake people up, Ashe. And Spring says, I would love for her to speak with my self-care for Black folks series. Yes, I'm going to try and connect with her, because this is what we share with them. I am a child of Yemanja.
Mm.
You are part of my stories all the time, Spring. If you are Brooke's sister, I came to visit you when I was a Yawo, and that story is part of my whole life. But anyway, please look her up, and we'll post a website of her organization, the Institute of Whole Life Healing. Is that correct, Queen Mother?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Many Paths, One Truth, which I absolutely love, because she's about inclusivity. And she says, oh yes, I'm going after grind culture in this series too. Yes, because we can't keep doing this. All right. Oh, she says, I'm not Brooke's sister, but I love it. Okay, Spring. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyway, you already family. Please do, and keep us posted when you have the date secured for Queen Mother to speak for your self-care series, because we'll post it and promote it through the Institute as well. We love supporting this work. I want to go to the book, I have it uploaded here, and I just want to say a little bit about this book and read a little bit about what the book teaches. Because, family, when I tell you this medicine is potent, oh my God. And I just want to show y'all the cover. Oh my God. This is a portal right here. Like,
Mhm.
this can be its own mandala. And if you ever
Yes.
get to go to the community center, to the temple and the shrine of Queen Mother, there are mandalas and beautiful symbols of transformation positioned in the temple to help you transform. So to me, this is an extension of her beautiful vision. Only Oshun could come up with this. Absolutely beautiful, with that earth at the seat and in between, coming out of the womb of the
Yes.
birther, holding the world in her womb. This is the work that we're talking about. Thank you. And Spring says beautiful. Oh, Lafia Ialosa, all the master healers. Y'all master healers, we need a master healer with because she works with the master healers too. So amazing. So I want to go to the book, and I know you're going to bless us with an excerpt of the prayer. They have, oh, one other thing. They have also birthed the movement 1 Million Wombs United. And one of the founding priests who is part of that movement is actually here. She says, can you put the name of the book in the chat? Yes, that it is their family. Oh, and the link to the organization, manypaths1truth.org, is also posted. Y'all follow the thread, scroll up, and also the name of the book and the link on Amazon.com for you to purchase it is there. If somebody could just repost that link for Sister Curtis Steen, I appreciate it. But I want to go to the book now and let y'all hear a little bit about what this book, oh my goodness, is so amazing. I want to pull it up and share with y'all. Hold on one second here. See if we can get this up on this technology. Here we go. All right, come on. Thank you for posting that. Awesome. Thank you, family. So Queen Mother writes, during my early, this is in the chapter beginning with the end in mind. Is that a good chapter to read an excerpt from? Okay. And she calls this chapter The Evolving Self. And there is a symbol of a butterfly, which we all know means transformation and represents metaphorically transformation and rebirth. And Queen Mother writes, during my early years as an actor, poet, short story writer, and playwright, I would spend countless hours rehearsing lines, identifying and perfecting my characters' traits, developing intricate plots and storylines, making sure that they were believable, realistic, and of star quality. However, more importantly, I learned that a great story always begins with the end in mind. Even if the ending changed once you got there, you at least needed to have some clue up front about how you wanted your story and your main character to end up. Looking back at my childhood, all my countless character preparations and childish wannabe Academy Award winning performances were a mere reflection of how we as humans are really acting out our lives on the cosmic stage screen and best-selling book called Life. You see, this spiritual knowledge and awareness only began to unfold for me when I had consciously made a serious commitment to assume responsibility for my own life. It was time to stop being a victim, listen intently, and begin to intimately study and consciously know my evolving higher self from the inside out. Let me begin by sharing why we are called to begin with the end in mind. Queen Mother writes, our universe is undergoing an evolutionary and planetary shift, and we're in a time of major transition, and the momentum is building across the world to consciously begin rebirthing a new world. During this earthly ascension, it's time, my sister, as CEEW, consciously evolving empowered women, to remember, reignite, and reclaim your hidden, sacred, feminine, powerful treasures. Ooh, I need that t-shirt. Sacred, that again. Sacred, powerful, sacred, feminine, powerful treasures, which are your inherent birthright, deeply embedded within your womb. I'm going to read two more paragraphs. I know, y'all. I'm ready to go into it now. My current lifetime journey has guided me to remember, reawaken, and reignite the seeds of the sacred, sexual, feminine mysteries sheathed within my womb and many wombs around the world. As we heal our wombs, we will naturally contribute to the healing of the womb of our Earth Mother. I know Ashed is loving this. And her human family. For one mother's womb is another woman's womb. I'm sorry, is another mother's womb. I'm going to read that again. For one mother's womb is another mother's womb. Now, let me share some of the design nuggets of Tapestry of My Soul, Rebirthing the Sacred Sexual Feminine Mysteries with you. And y'all gonna have to get the book. So just go online right now and download. If you have a Kindle or if you want to put the Kindle app on your phone, you can start your work right now. And but if you're like me and you're OG and you like to smell those pages of a book, go ahead and click order and get your copy. Amazon will get it to you in the next 48 hours. This is a phenomenal, phenomenal teaching. Queen Mother, can you tell us a little bit about 1 Million Wombs United? What that work is about?
Yes.
Ashe.
Yes. So 1 Million Wombs United came through probably about 8 years ago now. Maybe 9. Time is flying so fast. And what I was guided to go deeper into was this critical mass of women, consciously evolving and empowered women,
Mm.
to begin rebirthing a new world. And the critical piece is, years ago, when I was on the front line and wanting to change the world and what have you, as this frontline revolutionary soldier, I then started reading some things that our elders were sharing back in the day that so many of us on this call know.
Mm.
Is just a small percentage,
Yeah.
of the so-called powerful ones
Mm.
in this world that are controlling the minds and the behaviors and the attitudes of everybody else.
Mm.
So, what I began to pay attention to was attracting and drawing a critical mass
Mm.
of women, to bring this energy together.
Mm.
And in bringing this energy together, we can change the world.
Mm. Mm.
And everyone
Mm.
that chooses to come on board
Mm.
can benefit
Mm.
from that.
Mm.
So that's where the 1 million number came in.
Mm.
And then the other thing that was given to me was to work with these frequencies,
Mm.
energy frequencies.
Mm.
And with those energy frequencies, we can activate at a much higher level and a much higher speed, like the lightning, how lightning comes through,
Yeah.
to bring about these major shifts and change. So
Mm.
I was given an Odu,
Mm.
a sacred scripture,
Mm.
out of Ifa,
Mm.
or also considered in other traditions like a mantra, an invocation,
Mm.
that speaks to our wounds tapping into the luminosity, the light that the darkness of the womb gives birth to.
Yes.
And so when I was given that Odu, I started chanting it.
Mm.
And the chant, in and of itself, along with the intention and what it is designed to bring about, started shifting and changing.
Yes.
And so just last month, no, last year, end of last year, I think it was in November, I received another message from the ancient mothers that it needed to be um, redesigned, re-recorded, this time in the sacred caves. And to my surprise, Kentucky has some of the most powerful, deepest, longest, largest caves on the planet. I was really surprised. The stuff that's going on here in Kentucky is, or that went on here in Kentucky is, pretty intense. So I was guided to go to one of the caves here in Kentucky last year. And because the cave, symbolic of the womb, went into the cave and just allowed the mothers to come through with that sacred Odu and invocation, and it is already impacting so many. It will be officially going out this summer, but right now, this is the 1 Million Wombs United sacred mantra invocation Odu. Yes.
Queen Mother, I tell you, to me, this is exactly what this medicine you have birthed is so much about. I want to share with you that in my novel, which I wrote back in probably 99, The Seer, my first novel, literally, there is a scene in which Odu is born in a cave.
I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to go back because I got the book right downstairs. So I'm gonna go back. Tell me what chapter.
Oh, Mother, you are. This is the egg bay, because I believe that Oshun is the center point for the Sisters of the 1 Million Wombs United Egg Bay. To me, it's like you're manifesting and birthing all of the emanations. Anyway, it's getting deep, y'all. We about to have church up in here. Let me just calm down. It's always so much deeper than what we can even imagine. But what I feel and hear is like you going to that cave and doing that rite of passage and that confirmation work was a pure activation of the medicine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And then we added in, binaural beats and, certain frequencies that are really designed to support you when you're listening, going into these higher and deeper levels of who we are and where we're being called to.
Somebody wrote, "Guess I'm going to Kentucky." And someone says that's old Mitch McConnell's state. I'm not surprised. He's been trying to kill everyone. So healing work in those caves. Yes. Yeah, it's deep. It gets even deeper as we continue to do this work. If you're just tuning in, my name is TaShia Asanti. I'm host of a show called Breakthrough Women. Today, we're so blessed to have Queen Mother Osunike Anke, who is the author of a new book called Tapestry of My Soul, Rebirthing the Sacred Sexual Feminine Mysteries. The book is available on Amazon and everywhere that books are sold. The link is in the thread. You can just scroll back up and get your copy. Please share the video if you're watching. Tag people, tag women across the world who you know need to hear this message of healing and empowerment. When we talk about how critical the work is and how effective this solution and this medicine is that you've brought, and how it's a win-win. I'm so happy to see men on this thread, because you too are key in the healing of 1 million wombs united, because we already know that 1 million wombs united is leading to 1 billion and 1 trillion wombs
Yes.
united. It's 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. This work that Queen Mother is talking about doing, and in it, all of us are in alignment and agreeing. I know Ialosa says, my womb is 100% on board. Ashe. Ashe. We have some powerful queens on here. Please share the video. Please tag people that need to hear about this work and get the book. Get the book today, by the way. You can download it if you have Kindle. So when we talk about how critical the problem is and we look at the things that are happening, for me, when a music video can call a woman the H word 120 times, and when it can talk about and glamorize rape and sexual insult as part of a relationship or part of love, when we all know that sexual assault and given saying that it's okay for a man, for a partner to take it without even asking, that is not okay. Everyone should have the right to consent of what happens with her body. When we look at the things like the war on women's reproductive rights, when people who will give not 1/4 to help raise a child that they are saying should come here, but yet they will let those children live in abject poverty, to be hungry, right? All of these things that they're saying, and we look at what this type of teaching is doing and the effect it's having on the world. And again, every time I go on IG and I see a video of just a woman's backside, I don't have, now don't get me wrong, family, I know I'm a little old, but I'm not a prude. I love sensual dance. But to me, when the whole video is just a butt shaking and you don't show her face, her crown, you don't know her name, that to me is exploitation. So when we talk about the critical need, it is so serious.
Absolutely.
And this book, yes. And so to me, this book and this work that you didn't just start doing this work, but you've been doing for 20 years, counters it. And it also, and this is really important, it helps those of you who are on the front lines to be able to learn to do self-care.
Oh, so needed.
Yes.
So needed.
And you talk about that in your work with the master healers, because myself, so many are on this call who have sat in temple with you, and I don't know if I would be alive had you not healed me, had you not prayed over my womb. Oh, I'm gonna get choked up. But this woman literally chanted Odu over my womb, and I can't go into real deep what she does, but she healed me. And from there, I was able to birth 3 more books. I was able to move back to Los Angeles and continue my work. And, and I was able to strengthen and heal the spiritual fractures that I was carrying in my body. That's what you did. And I'll never forget it. Oh my God.
I mean, it's essential. I mean, you have spiritually midwifed so many others, Iyanifa, that it is essential that self-care. If we are not honoring our own womb, hearts, minds, then we're not of true benefit. It's just a snippet of what we're able to do. That longevity has to continue to move forward, and we have to mirror what it is that we want generations after us to be able to do to sustain life in the healthiest ways possible.
Welcome, Valencia Wombone. Oh, we got some powerful
Oh,
goddesses from all over the world on here. Thank you. Thank you. And she says, womb power. And someone says, I'm betting Queen Mother has been living this work. Yes, she has for a long time. Pinky writes, this is essential. We must honor our own first. Yes, Queen. Ashe, Ashe, teach. And so, when so not only saying for the sisters and women who just need to do the healing, but also for the master healers and the leaders who are doing this work as part of their own self-care. And then we as a community have to support you. That's a really important part of it. When one of us gets out on the front lines, we have to all support their upliftment. And to me, that's how that 7 generations forward, 7 generations back.
yes.
And Valencia writes, I feel it. Ancestors sent me here for this message right here. Ashe, Queen. Ashe, that when the time is, it's always divine time. And get the book. There is a passage, part of an essay of my testimony that I sent to Queen Mother. So if you want to know the whole story, get the book, and you'll be able to read some of my testimony, because I was so moved and experienced a visit from my spirit guide, one of my main guides, during my healing work with Queen Mother. And like I shared with y'all, I'm being funny, but when you get ready to work with me, you need a coat of sage, because I do so for her to be strong. I was like, are you sure? She's like, sit on down, baby. but yeah, so get the book, invite Queen Mother out to your college, to your organization, to your platforms, so that we can elevate, right, and expand and let this book reach. Because again, as you heard what I read, and we're going to go back and read one more excerpt as well from the book, but we're on the verge, we're on the precipice of something phenomenal. So even from 3 years ago, the complete shutdown of the planet due to what I call the pandemic. That's another workshop we won't go into.
Right.
But when I looked out that door, Queen Mother, and I was not a car moving, there wasn't a plane flying, and I laughed, I smiled, I said, thank you, great Mother Earth. You said, I'm tired.
I'm tired. Sit your butts down and listen.
Y'all not gonna do nothing. It's like, but recalibrate. And I knew, like, it's something, and we needed the exact spirit that helped orchestrate that to happen.
Absolutely.
Right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, give thanks. And somebody says elevate and expand. And Spring is also saying, I did too, when she saw that moment where the whole planet was shut down and we couldn't go outside, we couldn't drive a car, a plane couldn't fly. So there was no emissions into the environment. I mean, they said the air was clearer than it had been in 20 years during that time.
Exactly.
So in birthing, this is my question. What is, and I know that's a whole lecture, but we're going to try to condense it. What exactly is sacred sexual mysteries? Can you just define that a little bit? Y'all gonna have to take the master class now to get the advanced teaching, but we're gonna give you just a granule now.
It's so delicious. It's so
Yep.
delicious.
Yes.
So, first of all, when we come to really remember, because it's all cued within us, that our life force energy, which has been called sexual energy, when we come to understand the higher levels of this sacred sexual kundalini, ashe, life force, tantric energy,
Come on now.
that
What?
helps to bring us into the higher frequencies of who we truly are, so that we can tap in, tune in, journey into the higher essence of who we are. That is sacred sexual.
Yes.
Now, the mysteries, there's so much about us, the universe, life, even our own bodies, that we don't really know anything about unless science has decided to fill us in on who we are and how this works and how that works and how, this doesn't work.
Yes.
And in many ways, it is a mystery. If we actually stopped for a minute and honored the blood that comes down from between our legs every month during a particular cycle of time, mysteriously, and we don't die, we ain't bleeding to death. That's a mystery.
Just that.
Just that in and of itself. That's going to determine whether you are able to conceive at this particular time or not. All of this is a mystery.
Yes.
And yes, you can get the scientific studies and this, that, and the other. But our ancient indigenous ancestors knew this, honored this. Nobody taught them this. They didn't have to go and get a PhD to learn about such and such and such and such. They tuned in. They paid attention. We don't pay attention to what's happening in the sky, the sun, the rain, the stars, the clouds, because we're walking around looking at our cell phones, laughing, sending text messages, all of this other kinds of stuff. And I don't want to just, knock all of that. Yes. However, it distracts us from the true mystery of who we are, what we naturally, instinctually, intuitively, which is aligned with the feminine energy, already know and have access to. These are mysteries that nowadays, a lot of the younger people and some of the middle ones as well, don't want to know nothing about no blood. It's nasty. It's disgusting. Them cramps, them this, them that. Give me a shot for this. Give me a pill for that. I don't want to deal with none of that stuff. You don't want to deal with or know the essence of you and how you are engineered. What you are truly made of, what you can create and co-create and manifest, and to know that you are the one who is manifesting all of the chaos, all of the trauma, because that is where your brain is wired to. And that is what you are giving birth to. That is what you are manifesting, which you may know or may not know. If you're stuck in poverty consciousness, then guess what? That's what you're going to be manifesting, more poverty. These are the mysteries that we are being called to unveil within ourselves. What is your heart really made of? How does your heart connect with your womb that then can bring forth a whole new vision? This is what time it is, because whether we want to or don't want to, this universe is done. Is done. Either in a constructive way or an unconstructive way. It's done. How are we going to close out this era and consciously rebirth, contribute to, co-create a new era?
Yes. Mm. Wow. I just want to read just a few of the comments as we allow those words to resonate. Um, Valencia Wombone writes, before books and readings, ancient women knew womb power, bleeding by Ubaka Hill. Pinky Dewberry writes, we are being called. This is the time, Ashe. Spring writes, y'all know Yemaya comes in with construction, destruction, what we're working with. And Kurt just says, wow, we're bringing it. We're bringing it, Queen Mother. You know, and you talked about the spectrum. You talked about from tapping in to the power of our sensual experience, our sensual energy, from being able to self pleasure, from understanding the gift of when we offer the sacred exchange with our sexual self, from tapping into, as you taught in our workshop, our master series, touch it, taste it, smell it, feel it, get to know it, have a relationship with it. And I continue to meet women like who've never touched their own vagina, who,
Absolutely.
don't know what she tastes like, don't know what she smells like. And so until they go to the doctor and they're dealing with a terminal illness, or recognizing the energy behind the fibroids, the endometriosis, the uterine cancer, all of those things that go with imbalance of the womb space.
Absolutely.
Yes, and not viewing it in any way as punishment, but recognizing the importance of being in touch with her. And I remember in one of our sessions, one that I could tell a little bit about, we had to talk to our wombs. We had to put on our womb.
Oh, yes.
And I still do that.
That's right.
Today, in your honor, I tell them, put your hand on your womb.
That's right. And listen to what she's trying to tell you. Yes.
Ashe.
Yes.
And then the other piece of it is the value. Again, I mean, one of the teachings from with my daughter when she was a very little girl, and when she came of age and got to dating age, I told her when the young man showed up the door, we laugh about this story today, Queen Mother, and this is sacred sexual feminine mysteries for sure. Because I told her, I said that he had to write a letter to tell her why he was worthy of taking her out, and that when he arrived, he needed to be dressed appropriately. He needed to bring her a flower. And she tells this story to this day. Now she's married to another man, and she loves him. He's a great man. But she tells the story that this man to this day, 30 years later, treats her like a queen, because that's what he had to do to come to my door. She said, and she thought, Mom, I ain't gonna never have a boyfriend because that was the standard. And no, of course, she didn't follow that in every incident, but in that situation where she did require that of a man, to this day, he treats her as that queen. And then just programming, even our girls, programming them with the pearl, understanding their pearls.
Absolutely.
And the
It
pearl
is essential.
or the diamond, the priceless diamond.
The priceless diamond. It is essential.
And this is in the book, these stories. Tell us about some of the other essays, Queen Mother, in the book.
Wow. Okay. So working with breath work, certain kind of breath work, helps to take us into these deeper levels and layers of ourselves, so that we can tap into the messages and the guidance that is there for us. I share something where through breath work, through sound frequency, I was able to journey into the cosmos. And that is connecting with our orgasmic energy. I mean, orgasm is great.
Yes.
Orgasm is great.
Yeah!
However, when you tap into that higher orgasmic blissful energy that many women don't even realize that we don't need all of this and all of that and all of the other, because again, it's a part of the mysteries of who we are, to be able to move into those higher frequencies and tap into the true essence of you, and connecting with what we call the Great Mother, which is that cosmic womb. And when I had the ultimate experience of being in that cosmic womb, like going back up rather than coming down, going back up, and then once back up and being cleansed and purified by the one, and then coming back down, that was totally life transforming.
Yeah.
And we have that ability.
Yes.
We have that ability. That's what orgasm can really, really be.
Wow. So when you talk about that vibration and that frequency through orgasm, it becomes a healing medicine.
Absolutely. A healing medicine, a transformative medicine. And, you know, the more that we are able to tap into that, we then don't even necessarily have to go to all of the major extremes to get there. I often talk about when I am doing my meditation, and I've been meditating for a long time, and sometimes I fall off the meditation wagon and then get back on the meditation wagon. However, when we can get out of our way and not have to analyze everything, not have to take it to extremes, just get out of the way and be a witness to our true essence, then you can journey for 2 minutes, 20 minutes, or 2 hours, and have that opportunity to totally tap into who you truly are. And the more we're able to honor that, who we truly are and the sacredness of that, and stop trying to prove, then we can be in that radiant, orgasmic space. Also, when we can honor, I play with the word now, splendor. I'm so in love with splendor. And when we're able to truly tap into and honor splendor and what splendor represents, then we realize, if we want to put the sex word to it, that we're having sex all the time, because you can drink a little something, your favorite drink or whatever, you know, whether it's lemonade or hot chocolate or some brandy, I don't know. And you just taste a little bit of it, you know.
Yes.
Oh, Ooh, oh, that is so good. That's orgasmic. That's orgasmic. You can watch a movie and see something that is so funny that it's making you laugh and your whole body is shaking. So these are the natural parts and aspects of who we are. And the more we can honor that and enjoy that and allow that to take us into these higher states of awareness, that is honoring more of our bliss state than our, what I call, pistivity.
Come on, Queen Mother. Wow. Wherever you are, family, just speak the word splendor.
Splendor.
In alignment. Just speak that word. I put it in the chat so y'all could see it. Pinky says it's so good. Natural arts and aspects as to who we are. Wow. And
Yes.
Valencia says orgasmic energy running everything. That sounds like an acronym. That actually spells or Erie.
Okay.
Wow. Teaching our boys, Pinky writes, teaching our boys as well how precious it is and how to honor
Yes.
and respect it. Absolutely. When they approach divine feminine, and we teach, and one of the things I remember in your master training is you talked about the Yoni, the vagina, being an altar, being a shrine.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And when you were talking about the times that we're in now with all of the butt shaking and the, you
Yes.
know, lift lift these up so that,
Yes.
they're practically hanging out everywhere
Yes.
and all of these
Yes.
different things, whatever, you're called to do, you're called to do.
Yes.
However, that sacredness, if that is an altar,
Mm,
if that is part of the
mm,
mystery,
mm,
then that's something that someone would really love to see, love to know a little bit more about,
mm, mm,
but they have to understand the sacredness
mm, mm.
of it.
Yes.
And the more that you honor the sacredness
Mm,
of it, then when you do get to be a part of that, it
yes.
brings even more divinity to
Yes.
that connection,
Mm, mm.
regardless of whether it's yoni or lingam, vagina,
Mm.
penis. It is holy,
Yes.
it
Yes.
is sacred.
Yes.
Honor it as such.
Ashe, Queen Mother. Lisa Schiavone, ELO Solar rewrites, the young people in our local Ifa community are really getting the sacredness, and it makes my heart sing. Beautiful, beautiful.
Wonderful.
And also, Ialosa is a member of Ile Ori Agbe Egun, and that means a recipient of your medicine, because all of you who study with me know Queen Mother. You know my stories about my own work and healing. If you're just tuning in, we're getting close to time, but again, you're gonna have to go back and watch the replay because this was a powerful, powerful session. But we're interviewing and having community dialogue with our very own Iyanifa Osunike. Queen Mother is what we call her because she is royalty, and she was crowned and went through a coronation process. So I feel so blessed and honored that she would be here with us and also to share the birth of her newest book, her newest creation. The link is in the thread. Y'all have to go and download your copy today or order your copy on Amazon.com. The name of the book is Tapestry of My Soul, Sacred, Sexual, Feminine Mysteries, listed under Osunike, Anke, on Amazon.com and other digital platforms. So please support the Queen. Please do a great review after you read the book because those reviews really help to create visibility. The ranking on Amazon is fueled by your review. So please do go back and write a review and share this video, this interview with Queen Mother, because so many need to hear this message. And again, we love the creativity. We love the beauty of a woman's hips moving like the ocean. But we also value the queen with whom those hips belong to, her face, her name, and I personally believe that it is important for the face and the name to be known so that the value is not placed upon the sex,
Right.
but the human being and the ashe that they walk in. And
Yes.
this is the work of this movement, 1 million wombs united. I believe Oyabemi posted the link to that organization. They have meetings that you can get involved with. There is programs that they do. There is a great mother celebration that is produced by our beloved annually in Kentucky. It is a powerful gathering. She also hosts retreats and works with people individually who are healing, whether you're healing the daily work of being a frontline worker and healer, or you are someone who there's trauma that is showing up, in your life. as addictions, as stagnation, as blocks, as pain, as depression, as illness. She helps you to find the solutions inside of you, what the greatest healer does. So you can find her online at Many Paths One Truths is the number one.org. And you can also bring her out to speak and talk more about this book. I believe we are going to have you do an excerpt of the prayer for 1 million wombs united. Can you imagine the power, family? Can you visualize with us in solidarity with Queen Mother the image and the concept of 1 million wombs united, 1 million healed wombs? That part right there.
Yes.
So let's just see that as we go into reverence. And I'm going to put on just a little bit of meditation. Take a deep breath. And we're going to bring Queen Mother back to give us this prayer, an excerpt, because the prayer is a whole mantra and practice. But we're going to get just a drop of that today for our edification. Queen Mother.
So,
give thanks.
Please let me know if you can hear.
Okay.
So, I'm holding that the technology is going to work for us. And in order to prepare for this, I'm going to ask that as you are listening to this invocation, to place one hand on your womb center and one hand on your heart. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Are you able to hear it?
Only slightly the music, but no words. But we can hear the music lightly. We're just doing a quiet meditation, tapping into the healing in the womb healing medicine. We can lightly hear the music, but Queen Mother will just share some of the words verbally with us because we're not able to get the actual sound. Hmm.
Oh, baby. Ogbe Obara.
Ashe, 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 ashe. Just sit in the vibration, family, and breathe.
So I'm going to give you just a little taste of what you may not have been able to fully hear.
Yes.
The Odu is Ogbe
Mm,
Obara,
mm, mm.
and it sounds like Okay.
Woo! Yes. Wherever
So
you
it is an 11-minute long invocation, Agbeobara, with certain sound frequencies designed to bring you into higher states of consciousness and realization. So you will be able to find out more about it on my website, 1millionwombsunited.org.
Ashe. I just posted the link on 1millionwombsunited.org. I tell you, just sit if you can, hit the replay button, rewind, and just play that sound of your voice. And that particular Odu, Agbel Bada, that Queen Mother just chanted for us. They're saying Modupwe, Modupwe. Beautiful, and different reactions to the pouring. And we just salute you, Oshun, your heart, your Ori, your vision, your work. I know that the ancestors are celebrating. I know our Most High is laughing and clapping. I know that Oludamare and all of the Orishas stand along with the universe, backing you up always and forever. And I salute your Ori on this day and every day. Please, family, I can't even say the value and the blessing of this. And if you would like to give a love offering to Queen Mother, visit the 1millionwombsunited.org website and give a donation today in honor of the medicine that she continues to share and has shared for decades and helped so many of us. And most of all, get the book. Get the book, okay? And write a great review and share this video and tell other people about this phenomenal work. This is not an ending, this is a beginning. All right. And as we move into, we're going to close at the 1 because that seems in divine order in 6 minutes, which is Obara. and
Yes.
and we're going to continue to elevate. And I'm getting all kinds of. I just want to give you these affirmations. Mafeti Fun Oshun from Pinky Blueberry Kennedy. Iyanifa Santimo Eaku says Modupwe and Ashe Queen Mother. Ialosa Olari says Modupwe. So just continue to post those affirmations for Queen Mother. Share the link to the book on your social media platforms. Spring says, thank you so much. And I love your name, Spring, Black Girl Zinc. Opata, I think you're part of the House of Pinky Tribe. and just so many of you who tuned in today. Again, we hope in the summer, in August, to have you, Queen Mother, come back and we'll do an actual workshop, a private workshop with her as our main speaker. We wanted to do it today, but we just weren't able to pull it together with all the life stuff. Thank you. And Holly says, Modupoi, Queen Mother Osunike, what an
Mm.
honor. And Valencia says, gratitude for you. Cynthia Oyabemi, our beloved, says, love you both. Thank you so much. Oba Olowo, Gigbo Falu Ipashade, Olo Sunde says, Modu Pui Queen Mother Osunike Mum in parentheses.
Okay, Oba, 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 Oba.
And Valencia says, soulful ancestral womb gratitude. Ashe. And we just love you, and know that you have a universe of queens, daughters, sisters, and mothers standing with you always. Asheda says, beautiful blessings to you. So much love out here. And y'all are gonna get that book at 1 o'clock in 4 minutes. We want to see that Amazon blow up on the one. Like what she's gonna see when she looks at her statistics, her analytics, she's gonna see that spike and those books being downloaded and ordered, because that again is very, it's very important to the visibility for this medicine and the movement. And so we just thank you, Queen Mother, for being with us and for sharing your medicine. I can't wait. If y'all want to read that testimony, you have to hear that spiritual
Oh,
awakening.
yes. Oh, yes.
It's in the
Oh,
book. It's
yes.
in the book. We're not gonna
Yes.
tell you. You got to buy the book to read it.
Absolutely. That testimonial.
And many others. And
Yes.
many others that
Yes.
are in there that are part of the book. I know we had talked at one point about doing an anthology of the
Yes.
stories of so many women who were touched just in my class alone, from
Yes.
Akila to Mother Mariama to, many
Yes.
of the sisters that were in my class. All of them are doing phenomenal work. I think Queen Mother Mariama moved to Ghana afterward or
Oh,
something.
yeah. She's putting together her healing retreat center for
Right,
us. So,
right.
yes.
And it's also a training program for people who are called to do the work.
Mhm.
There is equivalent to a PhD, to a master's.
Yes.
So you can also do the training. I don't know how often, again, she does it because she has a full-on calendar. But you can also contract her to bring her out to do work with your communities. She's coming. She was our keynote speaker for the Women in Ifa conference, and so she continues to pour into me and to us, and for that we thank you. And so we're going to close it out today with just a huge thank you, with love. Posting that link. Spring says, I'm looking forward for the training. I will holla. And again, I look forward to hearing from Queen Mother how many of you posted your review and got the book today. It's important that we send that message through social media and share the video so that everybody can hear about this wisdom. Mafeti Funo Shun.
I am so, so, so appreciative of all of you and so many of the names that you were sharing. I remember from when I came to your conference and out in California and got to meet such amazing, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful folks. I mean, yeah, yeah. This
It
has
was
been a wonderful
phenomenal.
journey with you.
Yes, yes. And it's still getting started and going. I mean, I want to close with this. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but we're going to just close it on out. And we thank you. It did something crazy, so that's okay. We're going to close on the one. All together, everybody speak the word splendor. I'm going to count to three,
Yes.
and we're going to close this out with us. And I'm going to post it in the chat. We're going to speak the words splendor. And let's hold the OR on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Splendor.
Splendor.
See, she can hold it longer than me. I love you.
I love splendor.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Pre-Mother's Day celebration.
Yes.
Day is the next
Yes.
weekend.
Yes.
We love you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
all right. Blessings. Peace. Breakthrough, queens.
Modu